What's up, everybody? Um, I'm pretty much making a video to buy the time. Pretty much try to get to like 1 to 1:30. That'd be within the range. So so I was listening to the live stream um of MOT. Pretty much gave me the idea because he's pretty much the only one I actually listen to now. Um, I really don't look at anyone at all. I just stay in like wrestling. I stay within the wrestling lane and gaming space and everything else, and they got their own set of problems. But at least I'm not into this whole manosphere shit, man. But it seemed like I missed a lot of manosphere stuff in September. So I'm here to give my thoughts on all this stuff. So MOT had a I think a live stream yesterday, and pretty much he said about how Sub Zero got banned off YouTube or got kicked out or his stuff got kicked off. Um, Edward Anderson stuff got kicked off, and that made me search for him. And the SBE side, you see them putting it up, and I'm starting to see everybody do the trend. So your girl, the chick that Jess Pearls promoted, Jess Pearls is this. I clocked Jess Pearls, I think, like a month, like not even a month ago, almost a year ago. And I said to myself, she's a fresh and fit disciple. Melanie King was a disciple of Kevin Samuels. All these women started popping up, acting like they for men when Kevin Samuels passed away. And I looked at the comments and I looked at how dumb these guys was, and even I would say that I not believe them, but I listened to them because pretty much they were fodder. They were fodder. I didn't take none of them seriously. I've been red pilled or so-called aware long enough to know what a chameleon looked like. I mean, didn't we just go through this shit with like that chick from TikTok, the one with the tattoos on her the one with the tattoos on her chest? I forgot what her name is. Didn't we go when we go through that shit that happened before with that chick? So now people are so stupid and so enamored with like trying to have women on their side is that now you did it you did it to yourself again. Melanie Kane and all these different women. So I'm gonna go down a list of all these people because I watched a couple I watched a couple of the videos that people made of other people, right? And I caught up with everything. So we're gonna break it down. So let me see my videos because I had a lot of stuff. So let's talk about the Melanie King situation that happened like I think 3 weeks ago. Like I said, I was worried about Stardom's 5-star Grand Prix. Didn't really care about what was going on in the manosphere. So I caught up with all this stuff and I'm like, what's going on? So I looked and I'm like, wow, finally she got exposed. I mean, we all knew that she was a grifter of Kevin Samuels. And it took this long to expose her, but it took a Asian dude to do it. So he called her out about her not going to the funeral of Kevin Samuels, and then she just went full She went full hood on him. Yo, you this and you that, and your penis is small and blah 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 blah. But she was exposed when she talked down to the passport situation. When she was like, go to passports or whatever. Um, I don't. I feel bad for some of you dudes who believe these women gonna be on your side instead of you just being to yourself and you know bear with it because you're gonna be alone forever. I mean, sometimes I'm not even gonna say you're gonna be alone forever, but you're gonna be alone for a very long time. The most upstanding dudes are the dudes who walk. The most upstanding people nowadays are the ones who stand alone. The ones who don't have drama in their life, the ones who stand alone. The ones who don't be a leech are the ones who stand alone. I mean, when you're not a part of no crowd and you're not a part of none of this bullshit, it doesn't really affect you. You can move through society the way you want. The only thing you have to actually look out for is being somebody else's dinner. Because you know when you get around people, they have their own perceptions of you to think that they can do whatever they want or say whatever they want towards you, and then you got to sit back and be like, okay, I get it now. What is this person trying to do? And it's up to you to figure out what you're gonna do and what you're gonna proceed with, and what kind of techniques that you learned to get away from these type of people, and how to deal with them in real life, because you need to learn how to deal with these people in real life, so you basically don't have to ever so you can just dust your hands off from them without any kind of conflict. You have to have non-conflict resolution. Even though these people are going to try to fight you or say certain things to make you mad, you got to walk off. You got to make them look bad, like they're the ones who are the aggressor. Even to the people that even like them, they're going to be like, oh, that dude really didn't do anything to you. You smacked him and punched him and blah, blah, blah. But this is the reason why I say that online investment is kind of better than real life investment, because oh man, damn man, I just don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say anymore when it comes down to a lot of guys. I can't believe you let yourself get played like this again with these women. It's like I said, it's weird that I'm making a video about a chameleon. It's like y'all didn't learn from Jessica X. Y'all didn't learn, and I don't know who's gonna take the L on this, but it seems to me that there's like a subsection of guys. I don't know if they're white, I don't know if black, but there's a subsection of dudes who basically believe that Just Pearls was like this good woman and stuff like that, and she coached this chick. But Melanie King showed you what you wanted to see. I tried to tell you dudes about the manipulation tactics that a lot of females do, and you have to program yourself. And people might say that porn is a bad thing if you watch it too much and this and this and that. But if you actually utilize it as a weapon in a what is it when you unconditions yourself to be manipulated by women of today, then you see every single flaw in every single female because you see them naked. And once you see them naked and the sexual exhaustion from you gets out of there, out of your mind, then you know how to control it and you see their flaws. It's kind of like having X-ray vision, being Superman. I like that analogy when I go with superpowers and stuff. You have X-ray vision now. You see through. You see their flaws. You see a chick who might have a cute face, but she has a doughy ass body. And you might see a woman she's just stunning and beautiful, but she has a bland personality and is egotistical, and it turns you off right away. Even small dips of that. I know it's that bad, right? Because nowadays, the second stage of shaming, well, we in the third stage now, is where they taking everybody out who's speaking the truth. And they taking certain people out that say certain things because it's gonna mess up their agenda or whatever. But then you got people with low views, low counts, and everything else who don't get nothing, and they under the radar. But you gotta watch it back too, including myself. It's they are trying to filter a lot of men back to these women. This is why you had these women. You have Melanie King, who basically came up off of men. Y'all needed an attractive woman, a semi-attractive woman to look at, because Jessica X played the shit out of some of y'all. And I seen some people in Jessica X I see the same people that was being on Jessica X clip. I see the same ones in the chats of Melody King. So would you jump from one chick to the next? I called out Raining Woman, Jessica X, many other people, and they all turned out to be right. Your boy David Johnson, the player nerd, the guy who says he's a nerd and he is street and a nerd. He got played by what is it? What was they called? Because I like I said, I really don't want to be in the know like that all the time. What was it? The Woman's Perspective. She pretty much blasted dudes into space and told you that she really didn't ride with y'all. And yeah, and David Johnson was so like mammored. Oh my God, we supported your ass, and you just used us, didn't you? You just used us, didn't you? You just used us, didn't you? You used us, didn't you? You used us, you used us, didn't you? You used us, didn't you? It was shameful to hear this so-called this super player guy, this super player guy who talks about he got it on lockdown. This fake game dude, just to complain to a woman and be mad because she showed her true colors to you. He was like, "Yo, you just gonna use us like that? That's how you feel about us? That's how you feel about us? That's how you feel about us? See how you feel about us?" He was mad. He was like, "That's how you feel about us? That's how you feel about us? You just gonna use us like that? We supported you from the very beginning. We the one gave you your views. Oh my God. Oh my God." I'm like, I started laughing because it was like you didn't get it that they were using you from the start. Like this, but this dude who was saying that he know he got game, and I was just it cracked me up. It cracked me up. It was a funny thing to see, and that dude for guys who sit back and say they nerds and say they nerds and they gangsters, but you got a 10-hour live stream. It pretty much shows me that you you really are a liar. Cause ain't no way I'm gonna be on here for 10 hours. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm gonna be on live stream for 10 hours. Not even 5. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm not gonna do that, man. Even if I did get a little change on here, no, I'm not gonna do that, man. It's but these guys make outrageous claims, and people don't call them out for them. So it's like, you played us, 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 you played us. How you gonna do that to your fans? We was there. We supported you from the very start. Oh man, but then I seen that, Gabe A getting what he deserved. Then you then you had Melanie King got exposed. Then you it's a lot that happened this year. I didn't know it was gonna happen like this, but I'm like, hey man, I don't really care. I told a lot of guys, so and then situations like this. Let me show you what it was. It's this is your feminine woman right here. I'm gonna come at you with a little bit of smoke. You said that Kevin is your friend, and you name drop him a lot, right? How come you didn't attend his funeral?
You don't know what I've been through emotionally, so who gonna check me, boo? It ain't none of your goddamn business. Don't ask me again where I go, what I do, who I'm with, and who I'm talking to, because it's none of your damn business. Ho? Ask me another question about my friend. I'm sorry that your dick is an inch big, and I'm sorry.
And that's the funny part right there, to just go at the guy's size. This is why I tell you, these women are not so good after all, right? Because once you go at a guy's insecurities, and once you start saying things that doesn't, won't be feminine or whatever, you kind of expose yourself. I called out the Nika Marie. This is why I stopped rocking with a lot of people in the manosphere. I stopped watching their content. You can't really ask me like what they've been doing, because I stopped watching them. They were horrible. I mean, I called out Mr. Fantastic. You see his views are pretty much in the shit, because he ain't that rah guy like he was before, but he's still making videos on here, and he backed Jessica X and all that, and look what she did. Your girl Jessica X didn't want to show her face. And then when all these women started popping up, showing their faces, pretending like they nice, Jessica X was like, oh shit, I'm outclassed. I can't fuck with this no more. And then she goes to the beef sector. You see her in the beef sector all the time and talking shit in the chat. Whoa, what the back up by running. It's running. Okay, I understand that. Why are you telling me that? It's insane that y'all gotta learn the hard way when it comes down to these people. And it's weird that y'all didn't learn from the decades and decades of like it's not good. And it even tell me the newer people are even the newer generation is even worse than the last generation. Or a lot of you thought that you was the game dudes, And y'all can read women and this and this and that, and then the women still using you. Like David Johnson is one of the David Johnson is just the dude. He's on here talking about how he's this big time dude, and yeah, man, I'm this and I'm that, and I'm this and I'm that, and then and then he getting used by a chick. He getting used by like the woman's perspective, and she pretty much told him to his face, like, dog, I don't really rock with y'all. Like, I don't really like I pretty much lied to y'all, man. I'm playing y'all. Y'all not really somebody that I care about. Y'all cornballs. I don't care. And then the Rude Dip situation happened and it exposed a lot of these chicks for who they are. So now a lot of them don't have nothing to stand on no more. Because, they made a whole big deal out of they made a whole big deal out of guys going overseas being pedos and all that, but then they go to protect one. So they lost credibility right there. You can see their views going down. A lot of people are lost and they trapped because all they did was talk this, talk that, talk this, talk that, talk this, talk that. But now it's like a lot of these dudes, a lot of these people are pretty much on their last legs. A lot of these people are on their last legs, and they see it's falling really, really hard because a lot of these people, they don't. A lot of these people don't really seem to. They don't really see. They don't really. A lot of these people don't really seem all too happy with themselves in general, where they're I mean, not even for themselves. A lot of these people kind of understand that they're being exposed little bit by little bit, and then the greater hand is helping them out by like banning certain people. But it doesn't work in the real world because it's just gonna make more men say, "Oh shit, you banned this dude who was telling the truth, so it must be the fact that." Oh shit, it must be the fact that that dude was right. It's gonna be the verse action. And this happened in countries with like revolutionaries and stuff and whatever. This happened in Cuba. Where people were, people like the underdog story. And people like being a part of the underground group. So banning these people, some of these people off social media is just gonna make them more fanfare. Because Andrew Tate is still online, but he's not. He's on other people's platform. And, they post videos of him and him saying that he's more popular than he ever was. But these chicks get to stay on and do this crazy stuff and say these kind of stuff.
One of the few women in the world that are trying to bring balance to the day.
So she claimed that one of the few women in the world, she made this claim. She's one of the few women in the world who's trying to bring balance to dating. No, you're not. You're not in Brazil. You're not in Colombia. You're not in Japan. You're not in Korea. You're not in the Philippines. You're not in Germany. You're not in Ukraine. You're not in Russia. You're not in Iran. You're not in you're not in Dubai. You're not in none of these countries. So-called bringing the balance. You someone who benefit off of men getting money in super chats, and then you go about your way to spend it on the super chats on dudes that you really like. It's the same thing with the Nika Marie. You Danica Marie. I mean, they all come from the same ilk. Like they pretend, they lie, then they turn around and basically be just be they show who they are through anger. I mean, what was that chick called? It was a chick on TikTok. It was a white girl who pretended like she was something, and then she pretty much exposed people because she was selling OnlyFans. I mean, she exposed herself in OnlyFans or whatever she was doing, and then you heard, I think, recordings of her saying that she only did it for money, and now people ain't really posting her stuff like that. And I forgot what her name is, but I forgot about her too. Like it's a lot of these girls, a lot of these females who are coming trying to act like they for men, and it's a lot of them pretty much like gaining this following, and it makes everybody look stupid. It makes everybody look weak that y'all let these women get following, man. But it's like, I just, I just, it makes me kind of sad, but it also makes me feel like I'm like this last surviving like extinct creature there. I gotta protect myself from extinction because these motherfuckers are not the real thing. You got, you might have a bunch of people, you might have real people, and real, you might have people who, claiming a red pill, but they didn't go through the wars and the trials and the tribulations, or Rick MGTOW or SYSBM and Passport Bros. Now we gotta see. Now we gotta have these Medal of Honor badges and the war stories, and then you get around the table, and the only way you can pretty much tell the difference between a fake red pill person and a real red pill person now is based off the story of how you went red pill, and based off what you collected over the years and all the stories that you collected and all the stuff you can confirm. And then once you can confirm and collect on all the stuff, you can, which one is real, which one is fake. It's the same thing happened with video games. Same thing would happen with anime. Same thing would happen with pro wrestling. You got too many fakes coming and oversaturating it. Red pill was never for you to say you're red pill. It was just to basically tell you, to state that, hey, I'm not a part of this shit and I'm aware what the fuck is going on. So I have to act accordingly. But then you got a lot of people who making these things like this. If you're really so-called aware, you will understand that none of these women showed up when everything got worse. They only showed up at a certain time period. And that's after Kevin Samuels, Fresh and Fit, and all these other people. And a lot of these people who are condoning this, especially Fresh and Fit, they look stupid now. Because not just her, because she's going to turn eventually. All these chicks are now showing their true colors. And they got their clout and they're bouncing. They got their clout and they got their stuff. Now they're going against men, talking all this stuff about men. And it was like, oh, I got my subscribers and I got this. There were so many women before them that did this. And they lost faith and then did this. But it's an easy come up. It's an easy 200, 300 grand scheme. This is what I'm talking about. You can't sit back and say, even the men out here, they own this 200 grand plan, 200 grand scheme to pretend like Obsidian is on this scheme. He lost it. I mean, if you look at his views and look at his so-called super lifestyle, he ain't really doing that good. Kevin Samuels was his cash cow. Everybody ate off Kevin Samuels. Everybody. To the point where when he passed away, everybody lost. This is why they went against Passport Bros. They do what they know that's in their nature, is that they go after people they look down under. Because when they have nothing else to talk about, they go after you.
World, and he's mad. All right, it's that bad. It's that bad. Balance to the dating world. And
it was Kevin Samuels. I noticed you do. You
Oh, expected that look.
From a simp, from as though that is didn't attend my dead friend's
Kevin Samuels is your friend. See the very valid.
your business. Why weren't you his friend? Why weren't you in a position to attend his funeral?
I follow him, but
You
not his
were
friend.
nobody.
Exactly,
My friend's funeral is
guys. Do you remember the
answering. I'm a
Melanie hospital?
information, and you sound as ignorant as that blue pill mother.
So she took most of the streams down that she pretty much got exposed on. I just don't. Oh man, I can't. We can't save you. We can't save y'all. I sorry. We just can't. We can't. We told you already. And when we try to tell you dudes and you say, I want to make my own mistakes. Okay, my mans. You make your own mistakes. But you already cut off. I'm sorry. Stay over there. Stay down. Stay there. Go choose another slave mama and sugar mama you do. Y'all fell for this shit. Y'all fell for this shit real hard. Just like the Kevin Samuel shit y'all fell for. Just like the Jessica X shit y'all fell for. Y'all show your true colors. Your boy, the fuck his name is, Jerome Whiteside. Now he hates black men and this and that and black men and the black manosphere. Then your boy, exposing the manosphere. Oh, I'm leaving this space, and then he shows up again. Oh, I'm coming back temporarily, just to talk shit about men again. It's like it makes you look stupid that you're not gonna be at the top of your game. You have to understand that you can't afford some people can't afford to make any mistakes like you used to. You can't. Why? Because they're coming at you in all angles. And they're coming at you at all angles. And they're not gonna stop. They're just not gonna stop. And you see it right here. They're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to shame you. They're trying to bring you back to any type of position where they advance over you and they're taking advantage of you mentally, physically, and spiritually. They're trying to use you to the last drop of your being, the last drop of your money, the last drop of your being, the last drop of your fluids in your body, the last mind that frequency in your mind, and the last penny that you have in the bank. They're trying to take it from you. You are a lick to them, and you're somebody who should be dominated and talked down to. The same dudes who talk about men, red pill men, they want you to be in a position where you drain your bank account and you sitting there and they get to bang whatever woman you talking to, and then you gotta sit here and listen to her shit and get a hand job. These women really think that they're God's gift to. So let's okay. Your girl, what's her name? Real Femme Sinpin. So this girl, so there's another girl called, what's her name?
When you carry out from Domino's?
And this is all last night. Her name is I Am Courtney Michelle, right? And this went on with all the passport stuff was going on, right? She sits back and say, I know that men don't want to be alone. And this. And she just spewing this bullshit, this soft girl bullshit, right? And she got called out by a lot of people. And pretty much she's on stream going back and forth with another woman. And she has a stream of her talking to her baby dad. So this is the type of women who's trying to tell you to come back to these women. And if you believe it and you let yourself get fucked over by them, hey, I'm gonna just laugh at you. I'm gonna laugh. Just like I did. I'm that ruthless that my friend, my old friend, who pulled the whole "I found a good woman" shit, when he found out he had HIV from this chick, this so-called church girl in Atlanta, he tried to take his own life, and he sent me the last text, and I told him to fuck off. I didn't give a fuck. Nigga, you said all this shit. Oh, I'm too red. You trim pill. You a loser. Blah blah blah. All this other shit. I'm saying, nigga, you said all that shit. I don't give a fuck you here or not. Remember, you are who you. I said it before, man. You are what I remember you as. Get the fuck off my phone. So I won't feel sorry for a lot of dudes if they go that route. You put yourself in that position. You decided you wanted to sit here and think that you could juggle being a nerd and all this other stuff and believe in these stupid ass women on here. We told you they was fucked up. We told you how it was going to end. Because statistically, it always ends that way. If you sit here and believe that they nice and they need you and this and this and this, this chick, she tried to go by the playbook. Let's see. Bringing the black community back, right? So this chick trying to sit back and she's trying to pretend like you want a high value man. This comes with the territory. Black women guides to the manosphere. When I'm born black, I'm born with the sun. Comes from TikTok being the passport game. What is this?
It's nice to unwind after a long week of telling people how Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Is it natural? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Number one for price.
Right. Right.
I'm saying, like, I've slept with a prostitute. I would never date it. I've never kissed her.
So I understand that. However, I think platforms like yours are important because it's allowing women to see that men are having the ability to leave and will leave your ass if you don't get it together.
And this is what they're trying to do, right? You had your chance. And this is why I like MOT. Shout out to MOT again. You had your fucking chance. We saw what you was doing for 10 years, 20 years. You had your fucking fun. There's no, oh, we're going to leave and it's a threat or we're using this to, no, we're been done. We walked away the whole time. We're not going to pretend. We're not going to sit here and allow you to pretend like you're nice or you're this and you're that. A lot of these people are using passport and I have to, also myself have to distance myself from some of these dudes as well. Because some of these guys ain't really doing it out of genuine of their heart. You fucked up over here. And you were able to get all the women you want over here. Now you're trying to do that shit overseas. That's why they drugging your ass and fucking you over. Because they're not believing in your game shit. You have to have a whole new level of awareness when you overseas. When you play with the masters. Because women over there, they're not going to give you the soft girl bullshit. They're going to fuck you real good. And then they're going to soften you up with how many times they give you sex. They're going to soften your ass up like that. They're not taught to try to manipulate you through bullshit and put the bone in front of you. No, they're going to lace that bone with whatever pill, whatever kind of stuff they can lace it with. And you're going to be eating that and you won't even know and you fall asleep. They put your ass in a cage and let you, and then eventually you're going to be a tame motherfucking dude for her. Women overseas, especially in overly sexualized cultures, they give you the nookie first. They don't play around with the sex. They don't play around with that shit. They don't sit back and say, I want to get to know you. No, they will get to know you through that. They want to make sure that sex is compatible. They're not going to wait all this long time for it. They're going to make sure they get what they want. They're going to make sure they tie you down. That's why they draw you in with certain things. But that's just their default setting, is to be like that. Then you have to get through all that shit because you won't know what she's doing. It is a high level form of certain manipulation. And guess what? It's not. You don't have to deal with this type of shit that these motherfuckers are offering you. They have nothing to really offer you. If you out here and you just you really sitting out here and believing these motherfuckers, man, I feel bad for you, man. I'm gonna let these motherfuckers take you for everything that you have, cause I really don't care no more. I don't care no more. That is. Let's listen some more, because I never seen this video. I just clicked on this video.
So for those women that are learning and want to do better and are wanting a...
Those women are learning? Weren't you supposed to learn this shit years ago? What the fuck are you learning? And this is what I'm talking about. And, this is a live reaction. The men who was always good, they did that shit from the start. Why would I want to be with somebody who's just learning how to be a fucking female and learning how to do this? I don't got time to be sitting here waiting for you to learn shit. You already have a pattern of behavior that you might just default to. So what the fuck am I wasting my time with somebody who haven't been actually groomed, or not even groomed, programmed to do this kind of shit in the beginning? What the fuck does I look like being with somebody who's pretending? I'm learning. How many times we gotta listen to this shit of you learning? You was out there fucking and doing whatever you want. You burned through your options. You fucked over your whole life. You got all this dumb build-up bullshit mentally, physically, and sexually, and you're learning how to be a better person. While I'm sitting here, my record is 0-0, and I'm like looking at you like, I didn't need to learn none of this shit. I've been doing this stuff. So it's mismatch. Why the fuck would it? Just like MOT said, inexperienced men with overly experienced women, pretending like they're nice, and then they show their fangs after they don't get their way.
Black men that's here in America. What advice would you give those women?
Those women?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of hard, because I'm at a point where I don't really care what their outcomes are. I'm just trying to get men to go where they can go. I don't really think about helping the women here too much because you can't tell them anything. But if they wanted to listen, get in the gym. That's the easiest part you can do, is get in the gym. That is a hard question. It's because it's hard for me to consider.
No, it's not, man. You can tell how he's kind of young. I'm sorry, he's young. It ain't that hard. Clean record. Like you, it would be it would be bad. Wouldn't go on these platforms and talk head to head. But if I went on some of these places, I'm like, what I tell these women is that you give that good man what he wants from the start, and you go based off his rules. If he makes certain rules up, you better follow. If you don't, then why would he believe that you are a changed woman and you are doing this and doing that? The only way to expose, and I'll be like, the only way to expose if a woman changed or not, or if a woman is for that man or not, is if you know that you got to compete, and you know that these women are out there doing this kind of stuff and giving men what they want. then it's time. It'll be it'll be good for you to do what these women do and take cues from them. If you can't do that, then why are you sitting here pretending? Meaning that you should be cooking for a guy who's your boyfriend. You should be cooking, giving a guy what he wants in a quote unquote bedroom or whatever. Why? Because then there's another group of women out there that is doing that for the man while you're not doing that. And you're competing. Why would somebody stay with the lowest denominator person, the most undesirable person, pretending that they nice, but you're not going to show it? We talking about actions. We're not talking about saving you and doing all this. You gotta be right here. I don't have time to be sitting here doing all this crazy shit for you to be. No, this. Because guess what? That chick over there is gonna do this. Oh no, that guy, no, don't compare me. There you go. You already fucked it up. You just showed that you wasn't even a good person in the first place.
Help. Because I tried to. Well, I never tried to help, but I just. I don't. Maybe they just need to watch my videos and just listen to what I say.
And I think people are surprised that he also had a YouTube page, not YouTube page, I'm sorry, but a Facebook page where there were black men that got married to black women.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you're saying for men to go overseas, but yet don't necessarily have any suggestions for men that can't or maybe still want to be here. So is the mission just to get men out, or is the mission for men to find happiness and love and to be married?
My mission is to get men nearly guaranteed results. And so far, my results of leaving the country and going to XYZ countries are guaranteed results.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could tell you to stay in the States and just wait. I can guarantee you failure, you know, if we want to do that. But I can guarantee you success if you go to whatever you're looking for, a good time or a marriage, you go overseas, it's guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. It's guaranteed, but you know, black people are still getting married here and are still falling in love here. We just don't see it a lot because we're in this particular space, but they still are. So it can't be dead and it can't be a guarantee.
And this is the stupid shit that I'm talking about, right? Why don't you show these relationships and interview these people for the so-called black love? And you interview the woman and you interview the man separately. And then you interview them, say, what are the things that a black man should be doing for his black woman? And I bet you it's going to be some stupid shit that men probably don't want to do or don't want to be around because that's what you do. You already condition yourself to be something else. The dudes who are getting married, they're getting unmarried or getting divorced. And they getting their shit fucked up.
Because it's still happening here.
Well, it's not that it's not happening. It's not that people aren't getting married, right? But I mean, the data has shown that over the years it's declined.
Yeah.
That's something Kevin Samuels always brought up, that it's been declining.
Yeah. Well, I guess marriage in general here in the West, it definitely has. You have sisters?
One.
How old is she?
26.
Do you talk to her? Is she masculine or are you guys close?
I didn't meet her until I was 15, so we're not that close. I haven't talked to her in years, maybe 2, 3. It's been a while.
Yeah. Do you know if she's married or not?
I know she's not married.
So would you tell your sister that it's too late for her?
You're trying to tap me with some emotion. That's hard to do with the emotional part on me. I'm very, I don't get phased well. I mean, according to them, there's a lot of men that there's where all the good men at. So I mean, they've already told me that it was over with. So I guess I would tell her it's over with. I mean, that's what they've been saying.
So you would tell your sister that it's over for her? Jeez. I don't think so.
Well, she can find somebody. But
And this is delusional that you gotta actually deal with when it comes down to these women. They really think that they really think that you're gonna come to the table with all this bullshit. It's sad that they really try to manipulate you in this bullshit, and they see, if in other kind of communities, if you had these type of women saying this kind of stuff, you would have a lot of men checking them straight away out the door, like, yo, what are you talking about? No, you're done for. I mean, there's Asian dudes who saw their women just go with foreigners, and they basically told them to F off, and they don't with them no more. Like, no, we're done. You can stay with this guy. You can stay with this with this American. We don't care about you no more. All right? It's a lot. This is one of the things that I actually kind of like sniffle at, kind of laugh at. It's funny to me to see this kind of stuff. This is like 3 weeks ago. Like I said, I'm catching up with some of this stuff now. It's these people really don't give two shits about you. They care about their homegirls getting a W on you and fucking your life up. And then when you tell them how this woman messed your life up, they'll tell you to go out and do it again, or they try to blame you.
I'm just basing off what I hear. The majority of women seem like, all the men here ain't shit. So if I go based off what I heard, I would tell her, hey, I guess, you have to marry somebody that ain't shit, I guess.
Yeah. I think for me, things decline, but that doesn't mean that things can't change. And my focus is for things to change.
Don't she sound just like Game Changer? I'm sorry to do that. I don't want to go go that route. But this is the same shit that Game Changer said. I know it's bad here, but I'm here to save the day and change something that's been going on for 60, 70 years. You have 70 something years of disrespect and tossing men to the side. And you think that 1-2 years is going to do anything? Yeah. I'm like, MOT, man, your ass gonna stay in purgatory for 40 fucking years. That's why I said so. So while I'm having my fun and I have my own family, and you're sitting there talking about, oh yeah, man, there's still good women here. You still good women here. You still good women here. My kid is already 18 years old, and you still saying the same shit. Y'all still saying the same bullshit. I'm like, my kid 18. I'm keeping him far away from you motherfuckers. I told him well. You motherfuckers are weird.
Especially for those that can't go or want to be here. Women like me that our preference is a black man, that adore black men and very protective of black men. As a woman with 3 brothers, the woman with a stepdad and a biological father that I'm close to. So I'm focused on that, on the fixing of our community, instead of telling everyone that it can't be. Do you see any hope?
See, and you don't. The kid is a rookie, cause I'll shred her right away. Oh, so y'all gonna date the small dick black men? Are y'all gonna date the short black men? Y'all gonna give them good looking women? Y'all gonna date the men who don't who 40, 50-year-old virgins? I'm gonna go to the lowest denominator, and they're gonna be like, oh, you don't want the community, so those men should just go overseas because you kept like, hey man, he's rookie. He's a rookie, man. It's painfully obvious that the kid is a rookie, and uh, more power to him. I don't care. I mean, but doing all these rounds with these people, it's not doing anything real. It's not doing anything any significance, man. It's not really doing shit. I mean, it's not. It ain't. It's not. It's really not. It's really not. They're not. They don't give two shits. They really don't. They don't care. They don't really care. It's not something that you should be keep actually going back and forth for them. Just leave. Let them deal with their own bullshit. And that's what should have happened. The whole point was to give the signal to other men that you have another option. And you don't have to take the abuse here. You don't have to do all this bullshit. You can just get another option. The extra shit that happens was you showing off the women, which you should have never done. It's braggadocious, right? For what you call it, purposes, for promotion purposes. I get it. You can show that, hey, I look like this and I can get women like this, even if I'm paying or whatever. And you show the pros and some of the cons that you going overseas. I can get what I want right here. I can get this much and this and this and this, and that's it. And y'all lock that shit down. But for some reason, we let the wrong people represent passports and certain people, and then eventually it fucked it all up. And then everybody is now pointing toward, oh, that's a passport guy, and oh yeah, passport stepdaddies, and all this other shit. Is like, you don't have shit to show for your bullshit that you've been doing for all this long time. So you ain't winning in this society, but you said hoes are winning. That means they can win over you. Because, well, some of the dudes who said hoes are winning, you still got a jail record. Hoes are winning. That means they beat you too. They didn't just beat the men you think is worse than you or lower than you. You lost too. It wasn't like you didn't lose. You actually lost too. Let's not act like you didn't lose. You did. Difference is, you keep thinking that you didn't lose.
For black men and black women here in the States.
I mean, we can have wishes. I mean, I can wish that things can get better, but I mean, there's no hope for men in general. Men are being emasculated, not just black men. Men are being emasculated. You know, they're tearing down men completely in all races. So if it's happening to all of us, we always get hit pretty hard with it. So to answer your question, no.
Ain't no sunshine over there. Okay, where is it? Just seems so bleak. And then I guess for me, like I said, you have a 13-year-old brother and then a sister that's not married yet. And it just seems like I don't do the fairy tales, but I'm focused on what's better. But there can't be anything better if we're just so bleak and gloom and like we just done.
It's only gloom while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gloom in Colombia and Brazil. That's why I tell people to do that.
Are men telling you they want to be married over there or just want to get their passports and go?
The last.
So this is what the young brother didn't say. Okay, most of you women out here having your whole phase. You got a guy that you was able to sleep with without any type of reaction. So where is the men able to have? Can men have their own? Would these women provide 3 or 4 or 5 years of giving a man his whole phase and letting him have his sexual fun, his sexual freedom? without a relationship. And then he comes back and say, okay, I want a relationship. Would that be appropriate for you to show that you care about black men? Offer your vagina to these men. And the kid, she's trying to manipulate you, man. Ah, man, I just, me, dude. Like I said, this is a live reaction, man, because it's just, man, it's just, woo, just what do?
I went to Columbia with two guys. One of them is my age. One of them is double my age. And the one that's double my age, he's looking for something serious. So he is. There are men. I'm not looking for nothing serious yet.
Right.
My point is, I'm just telling people, I damn sure wouldn't look in the United States when I am ready for that. But there are a lot of men that actually want girlfriends and wives, and I mean, if I'm having, an annoying time just trying to have a good time in the United States, I could only imagine if I was looking for a relationship.
Yeah. So let's kind of change the topic because with all the excitement that you have awoken in a lot of men, there has been a lot of people that have been your detractors and has made videos about you, has said everything but you are a child of God. So I want to talk about that. What is one of the things that you've heard about yourself that is completely untrue?
Where do
I think
At Domino's, you can get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas delivered for $6.99 each, as well as lava cakes, bread bites, and more. Blueberries! Sweet!
I think, and from what I do, folks over here, so I try to cam up so we can see because we don't need anything crazy.
What about your dads? What about your uncles? What about your grandfathers? What about all the men who built this country? So they're all beneath you because they're not superstars. This is the mentality. That's the mentality that a lot of them have. So that interview will give you a lot of insight. Just that little small clip will give you. I wish she had did another video showing how the foreign women act. When I was in DR, complete love. Even if it was like he said, even if it's false, it's the energy that they give you. It's so positive. Like I don't have to feel threatened. Like, yeah, of course I'm gonna watch out for anything crazy that could happen. But the energy, they're very direct. They don't play games. If she says she wants to meet you up, she wants to meet you up. There's no, oh, you gotta wait 10 dates before we can do anything. Like it's crazy stuff like that stressing us younger dudes out. Like me, I didn't used to think it was like this back in the day. Like back when I had graduated high school, like, you had the little drama and stuff. But as I got older, I started to see what was going on because I started to look outside of myself and see what people around me were going through. I'm talking about guys my age, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And the biggest proponent here is the laws. Let's say you do get lucky enough to find the girl that you were talking about with Austin, that he should have given her a chance. Who's to say 10 years from now she don't want to play the long game and just get the divorce money, the alimony money? Because that's all she needs is 10 years. She's approved for alimony after 10 years. In some states, it's 9.
Well, I think...
And you know that right now, divorce is 80%. Initiated by women? 80% right now.
But it's about 70%. And I think with people, the percent of men that actually give out alimony, I think is right at 3%. So it's not a big thing that men are all that are giving alimony. I do understand the why people would be nervous, especially men, as far as with marriage, because it is a risk, and you're pretty much saying I'm with you forever, and that person has to guarantee forever with you. So I understand that. But again, I look at marriage as a business. And without the love and emotion, marriage is a business, is a contract. And if you're an entrepreneur, that's also a risk that you take as well. So would you tell an entrepreneur, don't start your own business because it's a 70% chance that it fail?
Well, my thing is that you plan to involve kids in this situation where she can use the kids as bait to destroy you. My father, who's 70 something years old, in his 70s, said this: women don't put you on child support because they need the money. They put you on child support because they want to hurt you. This is words from a man who's lived 70 plus years, who's Haitian, who came from another country and came to live here.
Yeah.
And he can tell you that if they put you on child support, it's not for the money, it's to hurt you because you hurt them. It's not because of the kids.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
It's just the fact that there was a guy, I was taking an Uber ride, right? He was from DR. He met his wife was from Colombia. She came to DR. And so apparently she was married prior to him, but she never got divorced. So the whole time she was with him, she was still married to the other guy because, marriage over there is more complicated. But the fact is, when she was trying to divorce him, because she got married to him too, she tried to take the house that he had bought. He had two properties. He had one in DR and he had one in Colombia. She tried to take the properties, but she couldn't because of her previous marriage to the other guy.
Yeah. Well,
so all I'm saying is that you have a better chance to protect yourself as a man overseas than you do here. Here, it's very unlikely you're going to be able to protect yourself. Even if you do a what they call it, a prenup,
okay,
or anything like that, it's highly on you. The chances that if I go,
and she doesn't want to hear that. She wants to make straw man arguments. Oh, entrepreneurs gonna lose money, but they can still make a little bit of money. You're not automatically clean the fuck out after a divorce. And watch what she say probably after this, because it's in their nature. It's in their nature when feminists and women who had their fun and single moms, when they hear certain things about men, they don't have any empathy. They have small bit of empathy at all.
if I go to Brazil and I get with a girl and things don't work out, we could just go our separate ways, divide the assets, whatever. We can come to an agreement. Here, that they're not going for that. They're gonna try to get whatever they can out of you if she's a good person. But I mean, if that's what you're relying on, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So here, the laws here are like, even if you meet a good girl, you don't know if she could change in the future. Because we're not looking at up front. We're looking at 10 years from now. I'm looking at 15 years from now. We're looking at a long time. We're not looking at, I'm going to be with this chick for 3-4 years. I'm looking at, I might be with this chick for 15 years. Yeah. How do I know she'll be the same person that she is from here to tomorrow? Yeah.
Well, let me say this, and I'm going to get one more person in before we close out. So, again, you don't know that from anyone. So, whether if I say I'm going to divest tomorrow and get with a white man, I don't know how he would be different from a black man. I genuinely believe that at its core, women's nature is women's nature. And they might be raised differently, but if you trifling, you trifling.
Mm-hmm.
And so, even with going overseas,
the area, I never said I had anything against them. I just can't see it because of the way I grew up. I look at a black woman and I see somebody I might be related to. That's what it is. It's not. I have nothing against black women.
Well, now the stereotype, they say we all look alike, so I can't.
So a lot of them are not. They're taking the hands off. I'm like, okay. I would tell them straight up what happens. I'm like, you understand the women overseas are holding to the older women. The older women are not out here dating. They all married. Everybody in some people's families are all married. And if a woman cheats, break up the family, she'll get kicked out, right? Or some other stuff will happen.
Yeah. Well, I guess the other reason why I was saying that is that you haven't given up on Mexican women, even though you're twice divorced from a Mexican woman, but you haven't gave up on them. However, Austin up there is mom and then a bad relationship with a woman. So now he's just done with it. So what I'm saying, even though it's not a black woman, but it's a Mexican woman, you ain't gave up because of those two failed relationships. You're still out trying. And can be with another Mexican woman, so you're not jaded because of your experiences. And so
not here in the United States, because both of the women, they were from Mexico, but they moved here early on when they were young.
Okay, so she got to be there. Okay,
So basically American.
I understand.
No, but my whole thing was, we went overseas, we went to Colombia, and it was just the total difference. And I literally told him, I said, bro, my eyes are open. I said, I'm mad because it took me 40 years.
Yeah.
And, I literally have 10 kids that I take care of. Because we took in another kid that his parents basically abandoned him. So I've been taking care of 10 children, 6 of them that aren't mine. Actually, 7 of them, because one of them that I took in as one of my 4, I've been raising since he was 2. But I've been doing all this, and regardless, I get no appreciation. They talk crazy to me. They treat me like I literally had an argument this morning about stuff over paying for glasses, and I pay $1,200 a month for one child.
Mm-hmm.
And I have drama from her when I help her pay her bills on top of paying child support. Everything here has me jaded about American women. And after going over there and seeing how the women act and seeing how they treat you, it's a no-brainer for me. And I'm literally in the process of working how to get a remote job.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Well, I understand you and I hear you. And I honestly think that a lot of American women are doing themselves a disservice of not listening. And even though I'm a proponent of Black love, I don't care where you get it. That's why, Austin, I'm not a detractor of you, especially when I heard that. That made me be like, oh.
And like I said earlier, she was rude about rejecting me for the show. I didn't answer for a number. I asked her if she called to a show, and she was rude about that. So that doesn't happen overseas. But you know the solution. Get your passport established.
I no longer consider softness to be a weakness. I think that was.
So here we go. Sister LZ talks about bringing the community back.
Freeloading John Fetterman lived off his parents till he was 49, didn't pay his own taxes, but wants us to pay more. He even pushed a 46% hike in our state income tax. John Fetterman is a far-left tax-raising fraud.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Contestants ready? Go!
Okay.
Who put it in our communities knew that.
Mm-hmm.
We offered it to our men as an opportunity for a job, to work.
Yeah.
Until they became addicted to the money and addicted to the filth that goes along with drugs and alcohol and prostitution. So that could Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj, they're not helping our young girls.
No, ma'am.
They trying to bring out the big guns. Yo, this is ridiculous. They're really trying to bring you guys back. I feel sorry for you young men, man. Let me see how long I got this going on, man. Okay, I got an hour. Okay, it's an hour. Okay. Oh man, this is damn, man. man, this is that. If y'all fall for this shit, rest in peace, man. That's all I gotta say. If you fall for this shit, rest in peace. So you had you got Melanie King. You got this chick right here. Let's
Only a snail mail letter away that's gonna listen to your every fucking complaint about the world. Cause them bitches that you friends with ain't gonna give a fuck and they not gonna want to hear it. They gonna get off the phone with you. He can offer that. And guess what? I've actually seen a woman that had a man that was doing a natural life for a murder. I've actually seen that. And he married her in the penitentiaries and she was out there on the streets fucking out of both draw legs. But you know what happened? He came back on the pill and gave that time back and sued the police and got paroled, swole, cut up with $30 million. And guess what? Just off of the strength of that woman coming to visit him and having enough trust and enough desire to actually marry him while he was still doing that time, she had access now to all of that money. Every man is a high value man. That's about her repeating the buzzwords like it's gospel. Shows how much of a chameleon she is. Because if you was a woman that really loved men, and see y'all was asking me about certain content creators at the beginning of this video, let me tell y'all something. To any woman who actually finds value in men, intrinsic value in men, not just the surface level, right? Not just that he can carry.
and this is like after she says she not red pilled anymore. Now she taking shots at men. So let me check. She pretty much let's see what her channel when her channel was made. Her channel was made in 2021. She has 28 million views. Jesus, man. Y'all love putting these women on a pedestal, man. Y'all love putting these women on a pedestal. I'm telling you right now. So, let me check. Let me see her infinite video. Is a woman a beast the same as broke man in the dating market? Wow. She wants a man to carry her through life, and I'm telling my grandpa how hard it is a quality girl nowadays. How girls want men to be fully. Then I asked him what men do they have in order to. He said a job and deodorant. Wow. A woman is bad for his provided. Wrong. History says otherwise. You have to value their ability to provide. Now he's right. Deal with it. That's a matter of your opinion. Beauty standards and fortune comes. What? I'm just reading the comments. Fuck, man. There we go. If you think women are, then you're delusional. When a woman loses her value, a man his, you lose all your value as a soul. Not case closed. You know I'm right. Attention to you. When a woman get older, you don't have your looks anymore. A man will want a 20-year-old instead. You talking about exception to the rule. You think most women care about a man's soul? Do you think most women would choose a rich man or a man with a soul, as evil as it is? So you agree with my second comment. People are brainwashed to believe that they think women has been conditioned to think this way. They going at it in the chat. Come on, man. Oh, you fucking kidding me? What we all the rich men who got divorced, these women obviously say stay with wealth. They left because something was missing. What was the women's this is a shallow world. 50% of them is rich, blah blah blah. Then their husband average only make blah blah blah. 50% makes blah blah blah. Providing is not just money. How hard to restructure your family without money is very important. Oh my god, they're going back and forth, and these dudes just want to war with people. At this point, it's just stupid. And they ask these stupid questions. Call me crazy, but I'm one person who can't possibly do that. I have an advocate for many times. My perspective is I have babies and teach my sons not to not pedestalize women, and teach my daughters not to take advantage of men. The thing about the Ganazi is that it's really stupid to exact one female to undo a global elite its boundaries. I know what I can and I can't do. Whatever you figure out, how to stand up to trillionaires. You reached a lot of people. 6 degrees of separation. You louder voice. Let me sweep this under the door. To find the good information. And you still got a bunch of simps, man. So, shit. I can't do that. Fuck. I don't.
What up, kings, moguls, take a dick up the butt? That's about it.
Oh, that was the secret. So what are your tips to women that want to be a housewife?
To embrace it. It's an actual job. You just can't get it in the public or private sector. Like you need a man to hire you for it, but that's okay.
And this is her so-called infamous video that she had that blew her up. And she played the shit out of everybody. And she pretended like she was this nice girl, and they keep doing it, man. And they keep fucking y'all over, and I'm laughing at y'all because it's like every time you shame men into trying to have sex with women, you show what side you're really on. Because I'm just taking away all the shit that they think they can use me with. Because if I'm not trying to pursue sex for a woman, why the fuck I have her around unless she making me money? with a business, being in business with me, or understanding. Oh yeah, oh relationship. Oh, let's not talk about relationships. Okay, we making money. That's it, and that should be just that. Other than that, is I would have to. It's just.
So if you think about it, you submit to your boss who makes you clean stupid shelves at your retail job, right? Where do you meet these men? But I think that's
more fulfilled than these strong, independent career women that don't need a man, that they get a job and a career. Listen, women need a career like a fish needs a bicycle. Women aren't built for that. They're emotional creatures. They're not capable of independent thought. They need a strong man to lead them. They are happiest when they have that. The housewives that are feminine and submissive and cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids are a million times happier than.
So, y'all pretty much gave this girl some clout. And Anton Daniels, your boy Donovan Sharp, when he got exposed with his wife, now he finally got in front of it. She's not, all that fake behind game shit that he was talking. They pretty much ran y'all, really pretty much fucked y'all over. And it's sad to see y'all keep getting played by these chicks. Here go the
Sapien YouTube channel where I.
So this is the video that was circling around while she left the red pill. But look what she says.
Give cultural comment. I think it provides really good talking points for men to reconsider what they've been told about women. Because so far, men are being told by this gynocentric social order that places women above men in pretty much every area of life at this point. They're being told that in order to get a female mate, to just be nice and be yourself. That is not true. And there's reasons why women want to hook up with some guy uncontrollably. And then there's reasons why, well, he would make a good husband and a father. Optimal. If you're a man who is striking out with women, you're going to try to find something to blame, someone to blame. That's what Americans do. Well, if you do something bad to me, I'm just going to see you in court. We have a culture that wants to find the oppressor and the victim, and even men will look to make themselves the victim. It's the.
So basically, pretty much, she say it's your fault that you can't get no woman. It's not the women's fault. It's not the fact that even the fat 300-pound women are somehow finding boyfriends, or the girl who's really, really unattractive with a bad personality, but she somehow still gets a guy. You got to be Mr. Perfect. And all the men who's been ignored are not actual victims of feminism. Now, we can argue that, or you can put the point of get your shit together and ignore these people. Yeah, you can. And just don't put it in their hands. And don't even entertain them like that. But that's hard as shit too, because a lot of these people will try to milk your time. This is why I say, in my real life, everybody's on a 3-hour time limit. You are on a 3-hour time limit. And it depends on if I really think that you're who you are, then that time increase. But other than that, we're not going to anything expensive. We're not going to any of this other stuff. I'm not wasting my money on you. I'm going to be broke, and you're going to be sitting there spending your own money and whatever.
Same way that women will. If you as a man just go out every day and you don't get a woman and you just come out and you say, well, it's obvious the women are the problem. They clearly just can't see me for who I am. That shows a real lack of accountability.
Oh, so it's men's fault that a lot of women have high expectations. It's men's fault that every woman wants the same particular man. But then you the same chick who was with somebody said she was with somebody for like 10 years, and then you didn't get somebody your own age, you end up marrying a 50-year-old man 2 times your age. You didn't even do that yourself.
Self-awareness. There's reasons why you're striking out with women, and is it the women's fault just because they don't say yes? So like we should lower our standards. Granted, I will say that your average woman is very delusional and thinks that she deserves.
And then there we go. So first she tried to shame you and say that we should lower our standards. And then she actually understands that a lot of women are fucking delusional. So you're not putting no solution except get better, bro. Get better, bro, and give all your gains to this one woman, like she did with this 50-year-old dude.
More than what she can actually pull. And to those women, I'm sure life will humble them. They certainly will not.
Oh, just like life humbled you. It's funny that, life will eventually humble them. Wait, but you trying to humble men right now. But, so how long is this humbleness going to happen for the women? What, 20 years later? When they get old? Like, or where they get like you? When you ran out of stuff. So, let me, shit, man, okay, let's go on Instagram. That's one of the reasons why I have an Instagram, so I can just, I love looking up people. This shit's fun, but there we go. There she go, right here. So look at her husband. Dude is 50 years old. Now, what a wonderful almost year it's been. Thank you for giving me the security to walk around the world fearless and be, my counselor, blah, blah, blah. Age gap. Now, she has no pictures of herself previously. Isn't it funny that she talks about humbleness, but once she got viral, because I think somebody said once she got viral, she deleted half of her pictures. So you want to tell me that she's been on here ever since 2021? Her Instagram been on here ever since 2021? So pretty much you have to wait till these women get humbled. So it somehow, it balances it out.
Not get a wholesome Chad. You guys can argue in the comment section if you think wholesome Chads exist, but all of the stay-at-home wives I know that are feminine are married to wholesome Chads. Guys with options who chose that woman and that family, whatever. And
so she knows a whole bunch of wholesome Chads, but they decide to stay with the family. You see what she doing here? You could tell she went to school and she's intelligent. So she goes and say, it's men's fault if they keep striking out, but women are delusional, and eventually they're gonna get humbled because all the women she knows, they're married, they're married, they're married to wholesome Chads. So wait, wholesome Chads exist? Because if that was the case, then all of these women would be married right now. It's Jesus, man. And y'all promoted her. Oh, man. The separation needs to happen. I mean, the separation did happen. This is why I told y'all I think 2 years ago, back in 2020, the identifier of every single woman is the vocabulary she uses and who she uses towards. There are certain words that women use that they can't hide who they are. And once you hear it, once you master it, then you'll know what kind of woman she is, even if she's spilling this dumb shit. You won't have to wait 4 months, 5 months, a year, 2 years when you hear them say shit.
I find that behavior to be an easy out. If everyone else is the problem and I'm not the problem, then I don't have to change. It's the same thing with feminists. Feminists don't think that there's any reason why a man wouldn't want to be with a competitive
and now she's trying to equate the men who's striking out with feminism. Feminism spread for almost at least close to at least 200 years. They had a 200-year head start. And then it the second wave or whatever, it was I think 60s or the 60s or the 60s or the late 50s. They have billion-dollar machines telling them to act this way, do this and do that, and other women to do this and do that. So it's now unbalanced. Feminism and red pill men is not the same thing. Because red pill men are told that they have to self-improve. They're the ones always being told that something wrong with them and they got to self-improve. And the women are not doing anything. And your friends who are married, like I said, if this chick falls on her face and get a divorce, it's going to be funny.
woman who doesn't care for her looks, who will readily terminate the life of a pregnancy, who doesn't want to get married, but maybe she'll get married when she's 35, when she really needs you, when she's burned out with her career. Also, they don't think that it's possible that men are not attracted to women that are always going to put them second to their job. Because
and she goes to this talking point. She's a talking point. She's Jessica X, just you can see her. Pretty much she's talking. She's using feminist talking points, but with the men, she tried to balance it out by giving the men, oh, you're just a guy who needs to self-improve and this and this and that. But then she has videos contradicting herself in every single facet. But
let's be real, most women don't have careers. Most women are not making over 6 figures. Like, most people aren't making over 6 figures. So feminists, instead of addressing the fact that they are about as feminine as a bag of rocks, they will instead blame men. Men are the problem. Men are trash. This is the patriarchy. I can't get paid more because of the men. It has nothing to do with my work ethic. It has nothing to do with my talent or the fact that I'm lazy. It's the men.
And this is what you see what she tried to do. Right? She goes on a tangent instead of staying within the category of dating. And basically showing that a lot of women don't stay in their lane, but they want men to do all this stuff to make themselves this rare guy, this Chad guy, and then so they can get married or whatever. Okay, this is 6 days ago. 6 days ago. Here we go, right here.
I think the biggest problem is that most women that don't want to have like a duty or fulfillment in that way, they're not married to men that they're attracted to. But like you and I both know, masculine men have options. So you are going to have to femme up if that's the kind of guy that you want. Because if you are, serving a masculine man who provides and protects, and also he's just sexy. Okay, let's just keep it real. It's just sexy. You're like, yes, I absolutely would love to make breakfast. And then you always come back to that attraction and that polarity. Because you can be frustrated and you're like, I'm mad at him. He's still sexy though. I think the biggest problem is...
Now, pretty much she trying to get viral clips again because she knows that basically her saying that red pill men and this and that, she's not gonna get them. She's not gonna get the basically the views she used to get. She basically got the views based off the fact that she was on men's side. So they gonna toss to her side and they gonna go to the next one. You know, that's stupid. But so basically she said masculine men is sexy, but you don't have to be attractive. Pretty much she just dropped it right there. You don't have to be attractive, and you fem up. Being feminine isn't something that you turn on and turn off. It's something that you display all the time. Just like being masculine isn't something that you turn off. It comes out every single facet of your life. You're like, yo, why you coming close to me, bro? You check people. Yo, why this dude coming close to me like that? It's not something that you it's not something that you just modern women are depressed.
By the way, why do people think that women in the 1950s were so miserable? We weren't alive. We weren't alive. We don't know. But what I do know is 1 in 4 women is on antidepressants right now. If feminism is so great, why are we on so many meds?
So this destroys her point in her argument against red pill men is if somehow they're the problem. But there's so many women on meds. Women should take risks.
A lot of women could stay home if they thought to pull back on their career, typically a job, because it's not even a career. So all women ish test their men. Because how can you, if you can't stand up to me, a woman, how are you going to stand up to the world? Right? How are you going to protect me? If you cannot stand up to me, right? And women will do that because I want to see,
And now you see. So a lot of women overseas won't do the shit test stuff because they know men would knock their head off. They're so used to men knocking their head off, they won't try to shit test nobody. They won't do that shit at all. There's guys who are married to women overseas. They probably got into a little argument, but they never got to the point where this woman is playing games like that because they're used to their men just putting hands on them or dropping them. So that's an American thing.
I think that women are very lazy, okay? Like, I've had women that want to be entrepreneurs. Majority of the time, they suck. I've tried to support female-run businesses. Rarely do I like the product in comparison to men. So to say that, like, if men disappeared tomorrow, we would figure it out, I don't think so. I think we would cry. I think we would fight. And then I think we would die.
And as you see, Fresher Fit is keeping this chick alive. And
think about big pharma, big government feminism. They really just don't want you to have children and have a nuclear family. They don't want you to have purpose. They don't want you to have meaning. They want you to be a consumer and a worker. And I'm saying, no, I don't think I was designed to be on this earth to live that way. Think about.
But you suggest men to basically take care of females like we're in the 1950s. Jesus, man.
I marry a man that's my age. Okay, let's say like he's white. They're still gonna complain. Okay, let's say I marry a man my age who's Latino. They're still gonna complain. Like, you can't make these people happy. You can't make these women happy. And Western women cannot be satisfied. Western women cannot be satisfied. I know this from like personal observation.
Wait. But then you say, but in the I'm done with red pills. She said that it's men that if men all run into the same problem and they keep running into the problem, it's the man's fault. But you obviously know it's a big problem on their side. Whoo, man. I'm digging too deep. Here we go.
I want to ask you about, first I want to do body counts, and then finally I want to do D-bag tax. But interesting to me about body counts. Do women care about a guy's body count? Let's play that video, Tyler, and get their reaction.
Would you rather date a guy who is a 9 with a body count of 100 women or a 6 with a body count of 5 women?
Oh, you're going to make me go here. Oh my God, everyone in the comments is going to be like, hypocrite. Is the 9 just looks, or is it like personality, everything?
I would say just looks.
So I'm going to go for the 6?
Mm-hmm.
The 6 because I feel like, not that it's wrong, but if someone really needs that validation through sex and like really is all about it, that we probably won't be great together. So yeah.
I think I have dated a lot of 9s with more than 100 body count, so definitely that.
I'd probably go with the 9, honestly. I know that he has a past, but I'm sure I could change him.
I think the 6, like, if the 9 rating comes from, like, checks nearly all the boxes of what I'm looking for, then body count doesn't really matter to me, so I'd pick the 9. But if we're thinking only in terms of, like, looks and appearance, I'd go with the 6.
The 9? Did you say 9? Yeah. Probably the 9.
I kind of, I feel the same way in a sense. My husband had been with a lot more people than I had. And what's interesting is I have the opposite, by the way. I don't know if you know anything about me, but your age gap, you have a pretty big age gap. Your husband's older. I have less of an age gap, but my husband is actually younger than me. But he kind of was out there a lot more. Like I was very, my body count's very low even now. People would be like, what, kid?
Yeah, but in her red pill video, she said that it's the men's fault. So there's a lot of men who don't make the cut to these women because they already experienced the same group of men and they all got deflated egos. Let's finish this off. Like
43 years old, come on! But I just was raised that way, and I'm very, my body is my temple kind of vibe. But I didn't care, really.
So she got with a younger man. Pretty much she's lying. She got with a younger man who had a higher body count. And she's 43 years old. So her husband is probably like in his 30s or 20s.
That he had those experiences. I didn't care at all, honestly. Now maybe I would have cared if his number was like 100 or something that showed he had he didn't care at all. Like it was just anybody hop in the bed. But I don't think women, why don't we care? Is it because we assume guys go through that phase? Why, or maybe you do care. Do you care about body count in a guy?
Oh, no.
Why though? No. Why don't we care?
It's an easy way to break it down. Hi, Rolo. Hopefully you're watching. No, it's social proof, right? Because this is not going to be a very Christian answer, but I got baptized after I started dating my husband. So forgive me, guys, forgive me. But it's social proof, right? If you ever dated a guy that didn't have a lot of access to women, they let you get away with a lot more. They kind of worship you. They don't push back much. That's been my experience, and that's what I've seen has been other women's experience as well, because they have such a scarcity mindset. Like, they're willing to put up with anything for the cookie. And I think that men that have been around the block, first of all, they have sowed their wild oats, because I have an ex-frat boy. That's who I married. So people talk about, like, well, what if your husband wants somebody else? I'm like, I think he got tired of women. I think he shares a specific story with me where, he was having a decent night with a gal, and he was just thinking to himself, like, I am tired of the cookie. I am tired of it. So, maybe I'm fortunate, I'm lucky in that way. But I think that's why women will look the other way, because it is proof that other women find him attractive. Because there's little videos on TikTok all the time where a woman talks about going through his DMs, and they're like, oh, he's getting ignored and curbed. Oh no, maybe he's not as handsome as I thought he was. Maybe he's not that desirable. So it just is what it is. I'm okay with it. I get it.
And this is right after the red pill video she done with red pill. Pretty much confirmed the fact that she's one of these women. So you need social proof that because they pushovers. But then one of those guys go overseas and they're treated like gold because then they establish a relationship. Most women in a cultured environment would love for the man to just worship them and take care of them and basically go to them for sex only. That is the immediate way of keeping a man in your life forever, because he goes to you and he doesn't go to nobody else. That's unsanitary. I mean, that's undefeated loyalty. That's what's the status of what is supposed to be. Because if a guy's been through all these different things, especially also women too, then you know you can put yourself back on the market. And usually those guys will cheat. Just like the women will cheat. But if a guy has less experience and his experience is with his girl, and she understands that she doesn't want to be second, she doesn't want to be third, she wants to stay being number one ranked in this man's eyes. That's the reason why a lot of men go overseas. That's the reason why a lot of dudes stay married for a long period of time, because the women, culture women love being number one in the dude's eyes. That's why I said this shit is corrupt over here. And she talking like a former thought. It's like, you're supposed to be number one. And then you get then the girl get territory because she knows everything about this dude. It's the women overseas and guys who told me, you know, they're married already. They didn't get married to no older woman. They married. They've been married for like 10 years. More than 10, 15 years. They got more substance than these motherfuckers over here. And they tell me straight away is that this is my number one girl. This is my girl that's on my screen, save screen, everything. She's my model. She's this and this and that. Sounds corny, but it's like, you see these guys, they never leave these chicks. And they do check them. But then it's the best kept secret. Women love having things that is rare. This is the reason why they like diamonds. This is the reason why they like certain things that other women can't get. If they get a man that is off the market and is only theirs, they're going to hold on to that shit as long as they can. And also, they get comfortable because they don't have to impress everybody in the world. They impress just their dude. But that's cultural women, not uncultured women like these two.
But you do think guys care the other way about a woman's, you do think that that's true?
I think so. And I think there's probably more of a reason to care, because I think they have to work harder to get the cookie than we have to work to get the eggplant. But I will say that I did have a moment of discomfort when I was, I think, first dating my husband or something like that, because he is twice my age, right? So he's been having sex pretty much the entire time I've been alive. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot that I was inexperienced with and things like that. And so for me, it was very intimidating and daunting. And I would hyperfixate on it. Like, oh, I'm not doing it good enough. I just can't get this right. And I think that can be a problem for women, but that's going to be women that are inexperienced, which is that's the girl you guys are looking for, right? So just do your best not to give her anxiety over it, because we come out thinking we got to be like this acrobat or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was just a point of anxiety that I did not need to have in my life.
That happens a lot. Like, the first guy I ever dated was older. Mm-hmm. I always dated older, actually. My husband's the first person I ever dated that was younger. I just never, instinctually, I never went that way, but the first guy was older, and I had that mindset. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. This guy's been around the block a zillion times. Like, this is not going to work. You know, you get in your head as a female, as anyone. I think guys could get in their head too, but I just think it's so fascinating that, you know, because my husband will say to me that he does care that I was selective. Like, that is important to him, that I made those decisions. And guys will often talk about how a high-value woman is someone who is selective, which is why I'm like, I don't get Adam's video at the start, but I don't know, Adam. Maybe you were smoking something that morning. Just kidding, I love you. But it's interesting how we just really don't care. I really do care more about what his life looked like from when he met me on. You know, I don't tolerate cheating. Like, that's not what our relationship looks like. But what you did before, it's interesting to me, but it's not, like, going to make or break the situation. Mm-hmm. I want to ask you about the D-bag tax. This is the final topic we'll talk about today. This is New York City, man. You do stuff there that just normal people just don't do. Let's just say that. So I see this in the New York Post. New York women are charging men up to $3,000 for failed relationships and bad dates. I'm like, come on. And you see D-bag tax, $2,500, no joke. So you read it, and you get into the stories. And this girl, Martha Duke, 38 years old, by the way, says, no joke, she sent around 6 Venmo requests ranging from $1,500 to $3,000 depending upon the guy's financial situation. She assessed the situation over the years to different men she's dated. She listed infidelity, secret marriages, and hiding having multiple sexual partners from her as some of the reasons for the change. So she decided that this guy had done her wrong, done her dirty, and she sent him a Venmo and guys, you ready? The guys are paying it. The guys are all paying it. I'm not saying it's right to cheat. I'm not saying it's right to hide your marriage. I'm not saying any of these things are right. I'm not condoning them. But somebody sends you this tax and you're like, okay, I guess I gotta pay $3,000. What are you buying, some silence or what's going on here? What's going on? So, and then it goes on. She says that the Venmo requests have been cathartic, and she submitted them to men who offended her in various ways. Another one, Hazel Everett, 34, agreed, saying she sent a Venmo request to a man she'd been seeing for several months after he stopped communicating with her and sent her another woman's nude photos. Not a good idea, guys, just saying. I just went on Venmo and I requested $100, and for the highlight I wrote, for wasting my time. Although initially surprised, her former partner paid the money, stating her reasoning behind the charge being the significant time and effort into their relationship. So the guys are paying. So people have lost their minds. Whatever happened to, call me old-fashioned, whatever happened to, you date somebody, they do you wrong, you leave them and you move on. Am I too old school for this game, Allie? I mean, I don't understand. Should I have been sending Venmo requests for $1,500 and up to guys that did me dirty over the years?
No, it's way too much entitlement. No, that's why you're married. That's probably why I'm married too. That doesn't make any sense, because what I saw was 2 dusty broads who can't get on a good date. This woman's been dating for 38 years. She hasn't figured out she's the problem. She's like, let me just send them a text. The other chick's 34. Like 2 dusty women that are just gonna die alone, invest in Chewy. Shout out to Fresh and Fit. No, oh my gosh, it's horrible. And you're gonna make a man pay because you had a bad time on a date with him. What if men came out? Matter of fact, men, if you're watching, do me a favor, send a Venmo to the last bad date that you went on with a woman. I'm sure they would come out in droves if they just had the confidence. But I think it's really sad and pathetic too, and I do believe that these men are basically simping because they're paying for a chance and the hope of the cookie again, if they even got access to it. Doesn't make any sense to me. And women that play men financially in that way, you're not playing men that are worth anything, they're substantial, worthwhile, just good quality men. Because a good quality man he would laugh at you, he'd be insulted by it, he would block you. So you're not getting over on good quality men, you're getting over on betas. And if you take pride in gaming a beta.
And one of the things that I don't get is calling people betas. Betas is the second command. Betas is the second strongest. Y'all keep getting this shit wrong. It's alpha, beta, omega. Y'all should have been saying you're an omega, but it doesn't sound catchy. This is why I don't take anybody who talk about alpha and shit all this seriously. Because a beta can always knock down the alpha. They just have to fight them. It happens in animal kingdoms all the time. Lions, tigers, bears, wolves. They fight over shit, and then one defeats the other and be like, no, I'm the alpha now. Now get the fuck out of my territory. But somehow, some way, beta is a bad word now. Even though beta was second command. So every time I hear people talk about beta, I'm like, you're just telling somebody they're the second. Oh man, I'm just Jesus Christ, man. So that was what it was. So the chameleons are coming at you at all sides. What is your move? It's bad enough that Men are getting shamed by these dating coaches. It's bad that men are it's bad that men are being shamed like this on both sides, especially these females taking advantage of impressionable men. And then you got to worry about these anti-red pill dudes coming out of nowhere. I feel sorry for people, man. This is why I stay in the communities that I stay in, man. I couldn't deal with this type of shit in real life, man. Somebody would get knocked out. I'm sorry. It's good that it's online. All of this fake shit is online, man. Cause all you gotta do is press the button. This in real life, you don't have to hear stuff like this. Let me right here. Show you.
My kid means everything to me. Everything I do is for him.
And you sound as ignorant as that blue-pill motherfucker, as you wanted to call him.
On live stream, she called
business. Mind your business.
You clout. That's what it is.
I'm sorry, it's none of your business. It's none of your business.
So, this is the best thing about online. And don't let anybody try to tell you anything worse than this. Because you got to be very picky on the people you have around you in real life. But then you'll have, you have these chicks telling you that if you strike out 100 times with women, it's your problem. And it's not the environment in the women's mentalities. You can just do this. That's it. That's the best part. That's the best part. You can just do that. Best part of only talking to a chick online or talking to a chick online or talking to a chick on FaceTime and all that. All you gotta do is press a button. You don't have to deal with the disrespect. You don't have to deal with all this other crazy shit. Yo, you guys gotta... I don't know why y'all keep falling for this shit, man. These women are really fucking y'all over, man. And they showing you every single day. I made a video. Let me go back to that video. What I said. It was like, I forgot when it was. Shit. Let me go back to that video. Shit. I forgot what the title was. And pretty much I broke this kind of shit down. Let me check. Knowing how to, old buddy. This winter, financially, they need men to put down financially. And I elaborate, they need this to keep you as a joke forever. Them feel good about yourself. I already said it in multiple videos. The dude I told you about in my old video, but I'll pull it up. This winter is going to be lit. Come on now. This winter is going to be lit. I'm going to be at 10K. They keep this buffoonery up. Why would you... This is what we talking about, why they benefit off of you and they clip you at the wrong moments and then try to get viewers and be king of what they think they're king of. And I told you, they want to keep you in a position where you're never gonna be number one in anything. They want to be the person that teaches you stuff. And if once you get your stuff together, you're giving it to them or you're giving it to their women, and they're bringing their women are bringing it back to them. Even if they're not bringing the money back to them personally, they feel like that if a guy plays you, it's on their side and it's taken away from you, and you're on the L. They just like the women. Now, the joke, but that's next to the stuff to that. And passport, bro. Okay. Now I think I said it right here. The other side dislike facts. So I wanted to I wanted to update you on the case of the OnlyFans girl who killed her boyfriend. Else that have a more common I see they not this they nothing different. It's a beautiful thing. Damn, where's it at? Next round of I'm Better Than You. Where's it at? Let me see. So then they're gonna make a whole bunch of videos about guys losing, a whole bunch of videos about Passport and SYSPM, and they're gonna make a whole bunch of videos trying to act like they they're gonna make a whole bunch of videos just going after a group of people so they can get their views up and they can get a bunch of people on their side. Super Sly's community pretty much got stagnant after they went to SYSBM and Passport. Most people saw that chat, saw the people that was in the chat, saw the people on the thing. You know, guys like BMT that was on there talking shit about the manosphere. And people just clocked everybody that was on that side talking shit and didn't let them back on their panels. This
guy, yeah, absolutely. So
look, this program and Obsidian's program would you choose? And my thing was this. I'm like, yo, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, any other blind motherfucker that walked this earth would see that Jack Jackson is going to get chose 10 times out of 10.
Okay, well let's
you can plead the fifth because I know you got a business to run. If you plead the fifth,
I'm going to say yes and no, and I'm going to tell you why. Because this is why I do what I do. Because it depends on what I'm.
So this is the thing, before the Just Pearl shit, just before Melanie King stuff, just before all these people, this was 3 years ago, me calling out Nicole Michelle. And pretty much this is what they do. And Nicole Michelle is offline now, married to a guy who said 45 or whatever that dude. I think she married to the dude who was talking about black men doing this and black men running businesses and all this other shit. He was saying that. He turned out to be a huge hypocrite. But hey, let's listen to Nicole Michelle.
Looking for, if I'm looking for just sex, it's going to be Derek. Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. But
if it's looking for sex, it's going to be Derek. Yes. Look what I said.
If I'm looking for something long term and I'm looking for a provider, it will be Obsidian. So my answer is twofold, but you have to, it depends on who you're asking. And you have to, see what she wants. If she just wants some D, then get her. Bring on the sexy guy. Yeah, absolutely. So
look, Nicole Michelle, to me, I can hear you. See, Boogie, you're muted. The guys that they would alpha. The treatment was different. I've been in tune with female sexual nature for a long time. Like even with my older sister, like we grew up.
And it's the same dude who failed, who lied on people, who turned on Game Changer. Remember, this is 3 years ago. The same dude who was sleeping with like older 50-year-old women, and they said he couldn't get his shit up. This is why a lot of guys don't fuck with these women over here, right? If I'm not gonna be the guy you choose to do all that with, and then we fall in and we have a relationship, why the fuck would I choose you after you had fun with the other guy? But hey.
Real close. I knew the guy she took serious and the guy she didn't take serious. So, in this whole red pill space, none of this shit bothers me. I actually get a kick out of it because it's like, yo, man, you know, a lot of guys, I feel like, are trying to rewire a female's genetic makeup and what she's attracted to. And that's impossible. That is impossible.
But I think she wants an alpha. Now, can all women get an alpha? No, that's why I have my movement. That's why I'm good at what I do. Because every woman wants an alpha.
Yeah, that failed.
And most of them are masculine energy and cannot actually pull one for long term. That's why I said the answer to my question, that question will be yes and no. Because just on a sexual, very surface level, sure, I would go for Derek. And I know that that's all it would be, was sex. But if I wanted something long term, we're not talking about what Obsidian really wants. We're talking about what he represents. If I wanted something long term, it would be with a brother that can actually provide and protect. He's alpha. You know, he's the one that's going to get up in the middle of the night, make sure I'm okay. You know, that's what I'm looking for, long term alpha characteristics. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, man, you heard that shit. So I've been wanting to put this out for the longest, but I didn't have like, you know, the right, you know, app to do it. So this video gonna be titled basically Nicole Michelle Exposed. So she tried to switch the word. She tried to switch what alpha is and try to say that a long-term alpha is somebody who does this shit, this blue pill shit. She sit back and say that she'll want a guy like Obsidian to rub her feet and say, is everything okay? A provider, a protector. So that means that pretty much the Derrick Jackson guy get to have sex with her without taking no responsibilities. But guess what? The Obsidian type of guy has a price to give her to be with her. So she is in his presence as long as he is paying the price that she wants. That means he's her bodyguard, her bullet sponge, and he is her ATM machine. And guess what? You know, to top that off, she said, are you okay? That means you are this pretty much waiter on her needs at all times. She doesn't do anything for you. No. She does do stuff for you. Everything that this female, see what she promotes is everything a female does for a man who they see as a provider and somebody who's long term. That person has to pay a price. Whatever price the female wants the man to pay, he has to pay it. That means that if he dies protecting her, it doesn't matter. Because the alpha dude, the one she calls the Derrick Jackson, the surface level guy, he doesn't have to protect her. So he can still be alive. But the guy that she chose to be long term, he puts his life on the line for something that's used up. It's not brand new. And the price he might have to pay is his life. Doesn't stop. Every time she gives you sex, there's a price next to that. Every time she hugs you and supports you. This is what they're saying. These guys should get with these ugly women and be so stressed out that they commit suicide from having sex with this ugly looking woman all the time. Because don't you get when a lot of guys commit suicide and they have a wife and they do it in the bathroom or the wife finds them, don't you think that it's stress from being with somebody who's they don't originally want to be with, but society made them go easier than men? Overall, they can. So the only women that you know that can't get sex are women who are disfigured. Women with one leg, no arms. Fucking time. So when I told her back in December 29th to never tag me, and I'm gonna show you that interaction with me and her, the first thing that she said to me when I was talking to the chat on Teapot, and a lot of these dudes don't get it, but then they be in the chats talking something different. Do the same thing they do.
Fucking basis. On a daily basis. And you bitches are so wrapped up in your fucking self, y'all don't even take time to say, you know what? I am a nag. Well, maybe I do get on his fucking nerve. Maybe I do talk too fucking much. Maybe I just should shut the fuck up and leave him be until he's ready to deal with me. That's what they, and you know what I'm saying? I told the bitch, look, I'll deal with you when I'm ready to deal with you. And what's the first thing they say? Oh, you must be dealing with your other bitches. I guess.
So that was Super Sly complaining about dealing with women over here, but there's plethora of women. Mind you, he took those videos down. Like I said before, I don't... you keep falling for these commitments. Let me try to find that chick. Let me go to my other page real quick. Let me go to my other shit real quick. And, what the fuck is her name? What is her name? What is her name? What is her name? Fuck, man. Yeah, here we go. Your videos. Let me check. Because I got a lot of old videos, man. A lot of old videos on this channel. Copyright claim. Oh shit, I didn't even know. Age restricted.
Your responses coming direct.
Oh yeah, and there was this other chameleon chick named Olivia Alexis, and she tried to act like she was for Red Pill. This happened years ago.
This women that you saying go, and this is black male version. Awkward to say the least.
don't come home and cook and clean? Is that what they're talking about?
I'm not saying that because I know I'm out to get that. But
that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying that, but so many guys think that they don't do that. The ones that do it now don't do that.
Yeah, but I see the difference. The difference is they want a woman to be submissive. That's the key word.
Damn right.
Listen, I don't think there's anything. I'm gonna say this. I don't think there's anything wrong with the man wanting a submissive woman. But what I hear is men that aren't even promising these women marriage. I mean, they're dating these women and asking these women to be submissive. And I think,
mind you, this is on Man of Tomorrow's panel, and this the same woman who he allowed on the panel, and then this the same woman who pretty much can't have kids because she put her career over having another family. So now she tried to get pregnant and end up having, I think, a miscarriage. And then she started blaming everybody else that brung it up because she was talking shit, acting like she was a feminine woman.
Because I want that person to be the best person they could be. I want, because to do this. This is
it's what society has taught us.
A lot of the people in this. Sometimes they don't. If it's a man, all men.
Shit, I don't know where it's at. I don't think I could find it. I got some bangers in here too. This is the shit when your boy Super Sly was talking shit about passport bros, and he took these videos down. I got some gold on this channel. Yeah, the old auntie.
No, we had to create these for ourselves. And when we did, you came after us.
Yeah, and mind you, that's your boy Super Sly. He took all them videos down because basically the tipping was her. Who the fuck is this? Oh yeah. This the chick who took her life, like I think in 2020.
Someone gave me a good idea on one of my videos, and I'm gonna document. Go.
I apologize again. I'm sorry.
Here we go. I found it. This was a chameleon. I mean, her name was Roman Army. She was acting like she was for men, and acting like she's speaking for men. And everything was a dead giveaway. I mean, how many fucking times I documented this shit? It's all in the catalog. It's all there. And I got them backed up just in case something happened. They all here. It's funny as shit that this is like, y'all keep falling for this. Jessica X, Kendra D, Danica Michelle, Nicole Michelle, Jess Pearl, it's just so many of these chicks that are chameleons, and you keep falling for it, man. Make me realize that's how lost men really are. The dating coaches is tearing you apart, and then these women are tearing you apart. I just feel bad for you, man. Like I'm a special. It's like I'm special forces, and y'all the regular army just getting massacred, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going out there. I'm not a frontline person. I'm behind enemy lines. I'm doing my covert shit. Like, no, I take them out stealthily. I take them out in a different way. I take like, yo, you suck, guy. Oh, let me.
So I want to make it quick to support people. And new clothes or a new sis game.
taking advantage of guys. They're taking advantage of guys being at disadvantage. They're worse than the dating coaches because they act like they for you because they are female. So they pretty much gain your attention and your admiration and stand tall like, oh, she speaks for us. And then they hit you with the they hit you with the oh yeah, but join my Patreon, join my OnlyFans. And it's kind of like, wow, this is what you try to do? Jessica X, y'all, my leader, Jerome Whiteside, kind of like a scorned female, going around outside the manosphere talking about he gonna destroy the manosphere. And there's another YouTuber over here that I don't want to name, but he comes up with facts and stuff, but I see a consistent trend with him of laughing at men's pain. Laughing at men's pain and sitting there while women cheat on their husbands and women cheating on their boyfriends. And he even knows it. Also, it's a habit of certain dudes in the so-called black manosphere that I can name off top who always talking about incels and stuff like that. Also, I had a video request of somebody asking me to make that video that I've been working. Well, I'm not working on it, but make that video that I said I was going to post. So I'm going to put it together and break down relationship aspects with men and women. What is all the stuff that goes with a relationship. So when people know exactly what they're getting into, if they want a relationship down the line, even a family, also the tricks that these female uses for to take advantage of guys. So I'm gonna get that video out, but this was probably gonna be a short one because I'm. And yeah, I did make that video, and I showed you the aspects of all the shit that you got to do when you deal with these women in relationships. Like, somebody wanted me to do a video. It was like years ago, man, and I don't know if I'm ever going to do it. They wanted me to show what I would do in a relationship and what I want out of a woman. And it was like, you know, it would be there. I'm gonna just probably experiment with it because I'm still trying to, like, okay, it's almost 3. Okay, get to 4 o'clock. Yeah, I've been on here for a little bit. I'm gonna post this video and probably make another video. I'm just wasting my fucking time. But these are pre-recorded, and you probably won't ever see me do this. I don't do long recorded videos like that at all. So walking somewhere, I gotta do an errand. So I might always made a video. This YouTuber comes up with a lot of facts, but he has no empathy for men going through shit. He laughing at them. He making up ideas for the Queen Jessica X, the so-called cuck men. And we doing all this other stuff. Incels, talking about SYSPM. This YouTuber said SYSPM is just like something, something, something. And then he shrugged it off like Trey NDB. When Trey NDB got kicked out of SYSPM, told to take his videos down, he acted like it was a non-salah. But then he turned around later on in that conversation and turned around and said he didn't want to associate with MGTOW because it was a hate group and because he has a life. So you acting like guys in SYSPM want to associate with a guy who ran to the Capitol building and was hanging out with the Proud Boys. Like, why the fuck would I want to hang out with a guy who hanged out with the Proud Boys and he went to the Capitol? You're asking for a federal investigation. Most guys in SYSPM, Mad Bush Driver, Kitagakari Jones, Sigma Jones, they have families. They can't afford somebody invading their space and doing an investigation on them. But this YouTuber thought he knew everything and he thought he knew everything. I listen to him because it's fun, it's entertaining. But at some point now, at this point now, I'm probably not gonna listen to him like that. And like I said, man, let me get this video, and I'm probably gonna make another one, and I'm gonna try to experiment with some things, man, because you know, it's a little tight going on. What is it? There ain't no wrestling right now. There's a couple animes out coming out. Wrestling is kind of on standby. It ain't no real good shows coming out. So I'm probably gonna put some videos out, and these like a year's videos. But yeah, I'm probably gonna put the day-to-day stuff. Yeah, let me get this out of the way.